seulement que tu penses que c'est...
This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And the tip belongs to the Jazz. And stolen by Simmons. And here's George. And he lobs it up top. Oh, blows the alley-oop jam. Clark, there was no denying the talent of Ben Simmons, especially early in his career.
Yeah, well, even before he started in the college game, everybody knew he had it, the package of potential stardom. He won 3 high school state championships in Florida and was just beginning his journey, and it didn't quite elevate to the level we anticipated.
6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Markkanen misses. On offense, here's Utah. Outside for Porter. Back to Antetokounmpo. From downtown. Rebounded by Bailey. Driving inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Good on the second one. And here are the Jazz. It's a 3-point game. And here's Porter outside. The Jazz again can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Bailey. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Fast break Utah. Here's Harris. And the basket is good.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
Now here's Carrington. Down low. Nice shot by Simmons.
We talk about the feel for the game, and Simmons has it. So adept at cashing in on what the defense gives him off these pick-and-roll sets, and that's not as easy as he makes it look.
And that one good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Count it.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here's Carrington. Okogie. Left side Simmons. It's Carrington on the wing. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Simmons. Can't hit from in close. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, big time right there.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Milwaukee leading by 3. Outside Carrington. Oh, stolen by Harris. Porter from outside. Counted from distance. It's a tie ball. Game.
The more Porter Jr. hits this, the more driving lanes will appear for him.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. .157 left now in the first quarter. Carrington with it. Pass to Okogie. Back to Carrington. Shot clock at 5. Going inside. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Utah with the ball. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Here's Bailey. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
Not a lot you can say except fantastic job by the defense.
Here's Collier. Rebounded by the Bucks. Pass to Bailey. 4-3. Here's Carrington. Here's Bailey. Another shot. He gets it in there.
Assist goes to
Jazz trail by 6. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Carrington no good. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that. Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too.
Pass to Bailey. That'll count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so the first quarter is in the books. Bucks ahead.
15.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Bucks.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago. Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Portis the screen. Here's George. It's hauled in by Rollins.
That's the shot you hope for, right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Guys, back to you.
Leveraging that. Tall timber. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Jazz trail by 4. Portis with the steal. Outside Carrington. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Utah moving the ball around. Hits the trifecta. 5 points in the game. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
And then Portis with the dunk.
Excellent positioning by Portis, setting himself up to save that play.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Outside Carrington. Jackson outside. Here's Hendricks. It's Portis, high post. Lets it fly. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. Jazz trail by 3. Kuzma with the ball. Portis picks him up. Oh, too much Giannis down low.
You know that this is where Giannis wants the ball, but how do you stop him? I don't have the answer.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Here for the Bucks. And the Bucks with the possession here. George scanning the floor. Here's Bailey. He's got 6.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
5 on the clock. From the arc. The offensive rebound. Okogie. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Utah shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
George outside. Driving to the basket. Utah with the rebound. Fast break, Utah. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he misses the dunk. To the inside. Nice spin off the left rim and in. George has got his first 2 points.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
Outside, Williams. There's 45 seconds left in the second period. Here's Antetokounmpo. Utah with another miss.
If he were just a touch more efficient tonight, I think the score would look a lot different.
Defensive.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Pass to Williams. Wow! A rim-rattling jam by Giannis.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
That one goes. Count it.
Get the ball in close. Get your points that way. That's doing good business.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Milwaukee out in front, up 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Pass to Okogie. The three is up. The putback. Here's Hendricks. And they converted last on attempt number 3. Hendricks has got his second bucket on the night. And Harris throws it down.
You know, we talk a lot about athleticism, guys. It's important. And right there, Harris used his well to create for himself.
Here's Hendricks. Portis gets the bucket.
Assisted.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Fires for 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 7. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
You get the sense Giannis Antetokounmpo is hungry to get another title, Clark.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he's definitely in the prime of his career and would like to add another Larry O'Brien trophy to his collection. He is getting older, but again, I think he's still in his prime, and he knows that while time is short, another championship could set him apart from a lot of the greats.
It's so sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Milwaukee making a switch here. And so it's Milwaukee with it. 3-point lead. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And Simmons gets it to go.
You know, with his size and skill, Simmons is really good down low. I think he can score a bunch of points this way.
Harris a screen. Outside for Porter. Connect. From downtown. He's got 6.
And they're rolling. 4 straight makes to start the second half.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
A tight game here in Utah. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
The coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
On defense, the Bucks. Williams in the post. Just 5 on the clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Outside Carrington. Up and in on the layup. Carrington's got 10 points in the game. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, B.A. Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about what keeps him going. He said the most important thing is to stay humble. At the end of the day, I realized that I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm just happy, and I always want to be better and do better for my team. And that's what gives me joy. Brian, back to you.
You got to respect that mindset. Allie, we appreciate the report. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game. Utah making a switch here. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Carrington. Williams grabs the board.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
To the paint. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
You know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Grant Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times. And he just gets the job done.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that three-point shot.
Here's Okogie. It's Markkanen on the wing. Back to Okogie. It's Markkanen on the wing. Rebounded by Mikhailuk.
Decent look from mid-range for sure, but that's not really his shot.
.111 left to play in the third quarter here. For the lead. And he hits the jump shot.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Now here's George. Rebound, Utah. Here's Rollins. It's rebounded by George. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Okogie. Markkanen outside. From behind the arc. The shot no good. Pass to Mikhailuk. From outside the arc. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Utah ahead, leading by 1. And right after this, 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. And Coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Antetokounmpo. And here's Harris outside. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist.
No wasted motion with Harris. He's so smooth and polished as a scorer. He gets those catch-and-shoot jumpers off nicely.
Here's Hendricks. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Harris. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdowns for the Jazz.
I mean, they've been sinking shots from mid-range, and they found a gap there in the defense, and they just continue to exploit it.
You know, another thing that stands out to me is their passing in this game. I mean, they've done a tremendous job sharing the ball and setting each other up for success.
And he gets it to go.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Portis down low. And he banks in the layup.
This is Portis in his comfort zone, scoring deep inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by the Bucks. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Pass to Portis. Clock at 6. To take the lead. And George lays it in. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Both teams will make substitutions. Utah trailing here. Pass to Harris. Here's Rollins. Utah moving the ball around. Lets a floater go. Shot's good by Collier.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And he slams it in one-handed.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Bailey. Shoots from 14. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo.
He just missed it. He's typically solid from mid-range.
Here's Rollins. Owning the post right there. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Outside Simmons. With the drive. Harris there for the rebound. Utah leading. Giannis driving inside. Oh, ho, ho. That's a man on a mission right there.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
Cash from downtown.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Outside Harris. Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, the stuff!
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Left side Carrington. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution.
Outside Carrington. Here's Simmons. Oh, stolen by Harris. Now Porter. Antetokounmpo outside. Now Porter fires the three. Not that time.
Hey, it was a good look, one he normally capitalizes on.
Now Simmons. And the timeout called here by Doc Rivers. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. "17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. 5 to shoot.
The scoring. Is coming easy for him. Got to keep the ball in his hands.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up. Putting in the effort to get a second chance look. Nice.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. To win the game. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Go. Now here's George. Now Simmons. Jams it home!
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Order a screen. From downtown. Here's Harris. Shoots a three. Nope. Here's Bailey. Now Simmons. Harris there for the rebound. Antetokounmpo, right side. Oh, what a move! A strong finish!
Another night we see Giannis at his best. This defense doesn't have a clue as to how to guard it.
Now George. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Ooh, strong move from Giannis inside.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Cleared away by Simmons. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Here's Markkanen. Oh, he jammed it.
Tell you what, if you're pulling for Ben Simmons, it's great whenever he takes over a possession like that. Killer instinct for sure.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now pass to Williams. Now on to Kupo. And stolen by Simmons.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Outside George. Shot clock at 6. Here he goes. Oh, what a jam! Holding nothing back.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Now on to Kupo. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks.